That's great. So I want to introduce you actually to the audience as Dr. Deborah Kerr. I don't think I've ever called you about the name of your company and a little bit about the genesis of Affintus.
Affintus is a pre-hire assessment technology that enables executives to get the data they need to make a better decision. And we sat around talking about how difficult it is on so many levels when you've got the wrong people in the wrong job or you make a wrong hire. I mean, you walk in the door and it's going to take you 6 months for most jobs. For manager and senior jobs, it's 18 months to 2 years to really figure out what the company needs and what you need to bring to the company. So there's this guy who's doing research on CEOs and their awareness of the people part. He was in New York at a World Bank conference, and there were 4,000 people in the audience. And he said, all right, y'all, how many of you, 4,000, have ever studied and learned about how to bring people into the organization? 20 people.
Out of 4,000.
20 people.
So talk to me a little bit about what needs to change.
Okay, so experience. People look at a resume and say, oh, this is what you've done. And they ascribe some set of knowledge to that. Now remember that there are all kinds of people making money fixing up your resume so that the manager is going to be attracted to it. So what we're doing is fixing up the resume and not really revealing who you are and what your strengths are. So that's one. We also know that resumes, people lie on their resumes. And apparently, everything on the web says, oh, fix your resume to look like the job, because that will get you the job.
Yeah.
Well, it might get you the job, but the manager hiring you does not get data that's useful in the job.
How likely am I to be successful if I'm hiring with a resume and references?
Yeah, and an interview.
Okay, that's the classic way we do it now, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying that that's not very successful?
Well, validity coefficient is about 0.18 if you like that kind of thing. And what that means is you're pretty close to getting the same result as random selection or flipping a coin.
So I can flip a coin or do rock, paper, scissors, and we can kind of just...
And the data is valid, it's verifiable, and it's unfakeable. We want to introduce into that some information that's typically not available. And that is, does this person have the strengths in terms of cognitive ability, personality, and culture match to be successful in this job?
Do you have any numbers? You mentioned the coefficient of around, I guess that's about 18, which is equivalent, about to 18% success. Is that kind of what that
It's
translates
probably closer to 9% success.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying that using cognitive ability and help me out, personality and
work culture,
fit,
the match,
style of fit would be what kind of coefficient?
It's something around 0.67.
Okay.
0.68. So you really get a big bump.
So you're talking like 4 or 5 times the effectiveness.
Oh yeah. A company that used our software had one part of their organization had 44% turnover. And it was a data entry kind of position, so maybe not so glamorous, it's very routine. And they thought 44% turnover was a cost of doing business. So let's start using a pre-hire assessment to match people to this job. And they started using it, and within 6 months, the turnover rate was virtually zero. The training was 6 weeks. When they started getting the match between the new hire and the job, they reduced their training time by 2 weeks.
Wow.
So that was $12,000 every time they brought a group of people in, because the match between the cognitive and personality and culture factors was close to what the job required.
Did you guys quantify that benefit to the company?
$12,000 for every group they brought in. There was always some drama there. So HR was like always in there trying to sort things out and straighten things out. And when they started getting the right people in the right jobs, that drama went away.
That's fascinating.
Yes.
CEOs in a nirvana world, starting from scratch, you have a complete whiteboard. What would be the message?
The message is understand what drives the success of the talent that you've got in your organization. And begin to understand that in the same way you understand the way the operations work or the way the finances work.
Thanks for coming in and spending a little time in our nice backdrop here.
That's right.
Of Austin, Texas.